What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jestro here in the internets. So I'm gonna be doing a film review. I know it's been a few years since I've done one, but this film was pretty badass. So I felt that I needed to put in my 2 cents about it. Um, I mean, you've read the title, so there's no big mystery. I've been a fan of this guy's work since 2007, 2008, when I watched his first film, We Are the Strange, on YouTube for free. Um, the guy I'm referring to is M. Strange. The film that I'll be reviewing today, briefly, is I Am Nightmare. It came out on Friday. I tried buying it on Friday, but fortunately, I guess for M. I couldn't get it. The first 4 times I tried to buy it, it would get stuck on the processing step. Like I'd click processing, and then it would just like beach ball of doom, on my freaking computer. And it happened, like I said, 4 times. Fifth time, I went to work. I mean, not work. I went to school. Picking my girlfriend to the Valentine's Day thing, and then when it got back, then I could get it. So I like to think that it wasn't a shitty broadband connection. I like to give M. Strange benefit of the doubt because I'm a big fan of his work, and I try to support him as best I can with the limited amount of money I've got. So I try to think that, oh man, there's just too many people clicking processing. I just didn't get in. But anyway, enough of all that. Let's get into this review. The good things about this film were I really liked the characters. They felt the most human out of all of M. Dot's characters to date. And I mean, I listened to his podcast. I know like the behind the scenes stuff, so I know that was intentional. But there's a difference between, the guy telling you, oh, I'm doing this, this, and that, and then actually watching it and experiencing it and relating to these characters. There was only one main character that I didn't have like a connection with. That was the Tub character, or Tubbs or whatever, the chubby one. That was the only one I felt that, like everyone else, I know Brizzy Voices did the voice of like 3 of the like the main cast, 3 or 4 of the main kids, and the Tubbs one, that was the only one I didn't like totally buy. All the other ones I was like, wow, like these are their own unique characters. That one kind of just sounded like a character, and that may have been intentional, but I'm kind of getting into the negative stuff. But I really liked the concept of growing up in this film. Like there are 2 scenes with Miss Marie where she's making the sandwiches, and without giving too much away, she says at one point, "My brother was too stubborn to grow up," and from my knowledge of M. Strange, I think this was based on a true story because he dropped out of school and did all this stuff. So I have a feeling that was his sister, his older sister, talking about him, like the real life M. Strange, where he didn't buy into the corporate thing. At least, not since 2004 or whenever he started We Are the Strange. So, that's pretty cool. And I, tweeted him about it, like, were you too stubborn to grow up? Because I just kind of wanted to. If you're watching this, M. And we haven't Skyped, because I sent you an email saying we should Skype and gave you my info. But if you don't, definitely talk about this on either your YouTube channel or on the podcast, because I'd like a more in-depth analysis of that. And then the second scene, it relates to this as well, when most of the main cast are gone, and there are only 2 remaining, and they're talking to Miss Marie. And then they're like, well, where are our friends? Blah blah blah, and she's like, well, what did you expect to be friends forever? They grew up or whatever, and that's kind of. I liked it because on a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a factual level, like people don't grow up as far as age is concerned. They just kind of, I don't know, I don't even want to say become adults. They just become like jaded or whatever, and then that's typically how friendships split apart and stuff. So I liked that it was kind of like in the context of the film, because it's like a kids film. It was just like bam, like one day you're just a grown up kind of thing. But I liked the subtext underneath that it was a commentary on friendships and stuff like that. I could probably go on a bit more about what I liked. Like, I really liked Ricky Grove as Mayor Tom. I think that speech, he has this speech at the end, and I'm definitely prefaced. If you haven't seen it, I put some stuff in there, like major spoilers in here. But at the hanging, he's talking about, this is the town that never changed, and blah blah blah. This is why we do what we do, and then like that scene gets intense, and it's not really like there's music in it and stuff, but it's Ricky Grove, man. Like, he nailed it. Like, I was like, this guy's losing it, man. And then he starts like screaming and stuff. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. It was an excellent elevation and energy. As far as, okay, let's go to the negative stuff. Obviously there were some issues with rendering the hair. I saw it freaking out sometimes, but I'm more acknowledging them to just show both sides. I don't really care because I know that it was one guy doing all this. Just like the walk cycles, they don't look like their feet are on the ground. They kind of slide, and that's something that at art school they tell us to avoid. But again, it's like, he's one dude. I mean, yeah, he could have, and I know there are probably dozens of people out there that are gonna say, dude, you could have fixed that or whatever. But there's so much more to deal with when making an entire feature film by yourself that I can forgive that. I can forgive the hair. I can forgive, like, he's got like these grass things at the beginning, and they look fake. But I mean, the whole set, they look like doll houses. The main characters all look like toys. So yeah, their grass and their trees would look like cardboard cutouts, Paper Mario kind of stuff. And I've got no problem with that. Like, I think it helps add to the look and the vibe of everything. So yeah, acknowledging it, one thing, because this is a review, you should do both sides. But at the same time, like, in the context of M. Strange's work and, the fact that he is just one guy. I mean, Raquel, his wife and assistant, did help. She was credited in that. But apparently she just made sandwiches. Which, by the way, those were really nice and tasty looking sandwiches. They look probably like bologna to me. I don't really like bologna, but sometimes, with the right mustard, with some Dijon, I think they taste pretty good. But, what else? Oh, I do have a couple of questions for M. Strange, if you're watching this. One of the questions is this Mysterious Dolls studio what you've been talking about on the podcast for the past couple of months, about this like collective thing that you're going to do? I know you mentioned it briefly on your blog. Like to hear a bit more about that. The other question is, who would win in a fight? Rain, Samhainske, or Hunter? My money's on Samhainske, but that's because, like, I really enjoyed I Am Nightmare, and I think that if people are getting into it, like if you go on the website and you haven't seen any of M.'s films and you're interested in getting it, so you buy the trilogy, the 3-pack, I would say start with this one because it's the most normal in the sense that it's got a much more linear approach. Like, any average Joe off the street could watch it and understand what entirely what's going on. It's not like We Are the Strangers, just like pretty out there. Like, I mean, it's stylized and it's really cool, and I really like it. I wouldn't be following this guy's freaking career for the last 7 years if I didn't. But this film is definitely a good entryway into the rest of his portfolio, or whatever you want to call it. His what's the word? Catalog. That's the word I was looking for. But my favorite is still Heartstring Marionette because that's like a fine painting, man. There's just so many sections I just want to like screen cap, just for my wallpaper. Like I don't care. Like M. You need to make like big ass canvas prints of some of those shots. There are a couple in I Am Nightmare that are like that, and We Are the Strange has quite a lot as well. But I think that Heartstring Marionette is definitely artistically the most painterly, if you will. Whereas this film, I Am Nightmare, is definitely like more character driven. So I think people can relate to that more because the characters in this film feel real. Well, I've been rambling for about 14 minutes, so on the internet that's like, 15 years. So it's Jestro, and yeah, if you haven't watched the film, definitely watch it. I'm gonna put a link right in there underneath the spoilers warning. So, boom, wackadoo, M. Give me a freaking DVD of this because I need it once the internet breaks. All right, later.